how did your Duke experience influence your decision to be an author?
So I actually don't think I would be an author without the Duke experience, because it was a Fuqua classmate of mine named Kevin Ropp, who unfortunately passed away last year, but he is the one who actually helped me connect with the Ford Motor Company to get the sponsorship for the first American Women's Everest expedition. So if it weren't for Kevin, I don't think the American Women's Everest expedition would have happened. And I think without the expedition, I don't think I would have even written a book, because that was kind of the start for me of figuring out that there were all these lessons that I learned in the mountains that can be applied not only to the business world, but just to challenges in everyday life that people are facing. So I really believe if I had not gone to Fuqua, that I wouldn't be an author today.
That's pretty amazing. You wouldn't have been an author and potentially might not have done that expedition.
Right.
So that's pretty incredible. So I've had a couple of folks in my network who have attempted to write books. Some have succeeded, some haven't, but we all know that writing a book is a huge feat. So curious, are there any challenges you face while writing the book? And if so, how did you overcome them on the way to publication?
So this is one of those do as I say, not as I do things, because when I was writing the book, I really had trouble compartmentalizing the process. So anytime I was doing anything outside of writing, trying to have a nice dinner with my husband and some friends, or doing anything, I couldn't enjoy it, because I'm sitting at dinner going, what am I doing? Sitting at this restaurant, I should be working on my book. And maybe my book's not going to be as good as it could be because I came to dinner tonight instead of trying to make it better. And so then you just drive yourself crazy, and you end up letting the book just seep into every aspect of your life. And that's just not healthy. I think that what I wish I would have done is just been disciplined enough to wake up every day and say, I'm going to set an hour or 2 hours, whatever it is. I'm going to set this time aside every morning when I first wake up, and I'm going to write. And then for the rest of the day, I'm going to be done. And I'm not going to worry about it again until tomorrow. But every time I did anything else outside of the book, I just kept thinking, my book's going to suck because I went to this dinner. My book's going to suck because I met my friend at the dog park. And so I just kept thinking, it's got to be the best it can be. And that is not good for my mental health. It just wasn't a good way to think about it.
Super helpful, and also great advice for those who are currently writing books, so they don't have to feel guilty when they go out to dinner as well.
Go to dinner, go to the dog park.
Go to dinner, yeah, walk the dog.
Live your life.
Yeah. And so the last question out of these three is, what did you hope readers would gain when they read your book?
Well, a lot of the stories in the book are things that didn't go so well for me. And so what I'm hoping, there's a few things I'm hoping people will take away. First of all, that people will have a sense of failure tolerance, right? Because a lack of failure tolerance really stifles progress and innovation and prevents people from taking risks. So people can see that I had this big public high profile failure where I was the butt of Jay Leno's opening monologue joke. And, I let that failure kind of hold me back for a while, but then ended up sort of realizing I can't let this failure define me, because failure is just one thing that happens to you at one point in time. That's all it is. It's one thing that happens to you at one point in time, and it doesn't define you. And then the other thing is, I really wanted people to look at fear differently and realize that you can use fear as an emotion to propel you forward instead of as something that holds you back, because you can be scared and brave at the same time. You can be scared and brave at the same time. And then also, I think the main thing is that we are all leaders. We are all in a leadership position, and leadership is not about, title or tenure or how many people report to you. We are all responsible for our own actions and the way we lead our lives to have a positive impact on the people around us. So I want people to always remember that they are in a leadership position, regardless of what kind of job they happen to have or not have at any given time.